Greetings, greetings and welcome. Welcome back, Sweet Spotters. This is Dr. Derek Sweet. You're listening to Take Action Tuesday. We're finding strength when life shakes you because we're dealing with a series here called Unshakable, the unshakable you. So yesterday on Making Moves Monday, we said move while it's shaking. Because staying still when life is shaking you keeps you stuck in survival mode. But now that you're moving and that you know you don't stay still when life shakes you financially, or it shakes you physically, or it shakes you emotionally, you keep moving. But what do you do with the pressure you're still carrying even though you've decided to make the move, like you did on Making Moves Monday yesterday? What do you do with the grief that didn't disappear? With the anxiety that you still feel in your chest? With the fear or the frustration that keeps coming back at 2 in the morning? That's what today is all about on Take Action Tuesday. What does it mean to be truly unshakable? Because being unshakable isn't just about being strong in public. It's about knowing what to do in private. When the ache is still real, the answer isn't clear, and the next step feels even heavier than the last, because that's real life. Being unshakable means learning how to carry what life gives you without letting it crush you or change you into something that you're not. It means learning how to digest your pain and not suppress it, to process pressure, not pass it on to other people, to make meaning and not just noise. Because here's what nobody tells us. It's not the pressure itself that breaks us. It's the pressure we never name, the pressure we don't allow ourselves to feel, and the pressure we never release. If we won't name it, we won't feel it, and we won't release it, it piles up. Imagine this. You've got a spouse or someone in your family that's going through a rough time. It could be a financial issue, a health issue, something. And you're carrying the burden for them. You're caring for them. You're working full time. You're holding the family down. You're keeping everything afloat. You push through day in, day out, and you never pause. You never get a break. The weeks go by. You get snappier with your kids. You stop feeling good. You're always a little groggy. You're not sleeping well, and you lose interest in the things that you used to have fun with. Now, you're kind of numb emotionally. You're mentally foggy, and you're physically exhausted. Why? Because you've been carrying the stress, but you've never converted it. You've been pushing, but you haven't been processing. And over time, that unprocessed pressure, my friend, begins to pile up. What we don't transform, we transmit. We transmit it onto our bodies. We transmit it into our relationships and into our futures. So what do you do with all this? Well, look, here's the thing that we have to realize. You've got to have a plan, some kind of a process for handling the pressure and the stress once you've decided to take it on and keep it moving. You can't just plow through it because that will burn you out. So there's a 3-step path forward that I want to give you today. I want you to do these 3 things. If you're in a grind like that, name it, feel it briefly, and then redirect it. Name it, feel it, redirect it. You see, name it means that, look, you've got to understand that your unspoken stress, if you never speak it out, that you never acknowledge it, it becomes background noise. Background noise that disrupts everything. You've got to name that feeling. Is it anger? Is it sadness? Is it guilt, shame, hopelessness, frustration? What is it? What's creating the background noise? You remember that phrase, name it to tame it? That's not just a slogan. That's science. When you name it, You activate the brain's CEO. By now, if you've been listening to the sweet spot, you know that that's the prefrontal cortex. You activate your prefrontal cortex and you start regulating your nervous system the minute you confront things, name them. And then, look, the second thing is you got to feel it. Briefly, just for a few moments, feel it. Give it room to breathe. Don't ignore it and avoid it. Don't run from it. Yeah, it's here. Deal with it. Set a timer for 5 minutes and then journal about it, or do your deep breathing. Cry if you got to cry. Say it out loud. Pray. Let it pass through and not stay stuck in your body. You know, the body is a wonderful metaphor for what's going on, right? We eat something, we metabolize it, and then we get rid of it. That's life. Things come, you metabolize them, you feel it, and you get rid of it. You breathe, give it room. You don't need to build a house in the pain, but you do need to walk through the front door. And the third thing, after you've done the first two, which is to name it and feel it, is to redirect it. Pressure is a kind of energy, and you've got to understand that and use it with intention. You've got to turn your grief into prayer. You've got to turn your fear into a focus. Turn your stress into a structure. Clean the kitchen, I don't care. Clean the bedroom. Write something in your journal. Go for a walk. Make a call. Do something. Just be structured and turn that pressure into something energetic that you can do. You don't have to carry the storm. You just have to move the water. And that's how we metabolize pain and stress and anxiety instead of marinating in it and just stewing with our thoughts. If you would just try this little three-pronged approach of naming it, feeling it, and redirecting it, I guarantee you, you're going to feel different. You're going to find that your strength and your power is right there with you. And the ancient wisdom backs us up on this. In 1 Samuel 30, David found that he was under tremendous stress. His world was shaking. His family was gone. His people wanted to turn on him. Everything was falling apart. But David didn't panic. The scripture says David strengthened himself in God. That means he stopped, he got still, he got honest, and then he got spiritual. Then he asked for clarity, and then he acted. His sequence wasn't about just panicking and pushing, going around and grinding, which is what so many of us do. David's sequence was to pause, to pray, and then pursue. Pause, pray, and pursue. And because he did it that way, he didn't just get relief, he got restoration. You see, sometimes your healing and your recovery doesn't come from hustle. It comes from holy alignment, taking the time to pause, to meditate and pray, and to pursue. And when you do that, your neurological system thanks you. The vagus nerve, which is really very responsible for your resting and digesting and relaxing, it gets amplified when you take control like that. You get more dopamine released in your brain. That's your motivation chemical, your pleasure chemical. When you pray like that, you're releasing the right kinds of neurotransmitters and hormones in your body when you meditate. So when you process your pain with intention, when you process the stress with intention, and you don't just grind through it, your brain starts to rewire itself for clarity and courage. Neuroplasticity. This is what trauma-informed action looks like. Not pushing through, not powering over, but being present with what's going on. Having a sense of connection, even finding gratitude in the middle of what's going on. This is not happening to me, it's happening for me. Melody Beattie said it this way: gratitude turns chaos into order, confusion into clarity. Beautiful line. Think about that. Just let that sink in. Gratitude, having a grateful attitude, can turn your chaos into order, can take your confusion and turn it into clarity. I even heard it, and I believe that's in this quote, that it can take a meal and turn it into a feast. That's the power of gratitude. We should do a whole series on that. Yeah. So look, Take Action Tuesday. We are definitely going deep in. We're saying what you won't feel, you can't heal. And that you don't have control over the storm, but you can move the energy around the storm. Your nervous system doesn't need noise, it needs the truth. And that starts with you naming your pain. That's the beginning of reclaiming your peace. Naming the issue, facing it. You're not weak for feeling it. That's how you become wise, is to feel it and to address it. So your affirmation for today is this: I give myself permission to feel, name, and release what no longer serves me. I process my pressure so I can walk in peace. I'll say it again. I give myself permission to feel, name, and release what no longer serves me. I process my pressure so I can walk in peace. I'm not hiding from things. I'm not running away from them. I'm not ignoring them. I'm not running myself into the ground. I'm going to stop. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to take stock of what's going on, and I'm going to handle it. Say it, write it, move it. That's how we take action in a healing way. All right, now, thank you so much for listening to The Sweet Spot. I'm Dr. Derek Sweet, and tomorrow is Win It All Wednesday. But hear me, winning isn't about just being ahead of everybody else, my friend. It's about being aligned with who you really are. Because success that costs you your peace isn't just burnout, it is a disaster. So tomorrow, we'll unpack how to redefine the win in your life so that you could rise without losing yourself. Until then, stay grounded, stay kind, and take action. Not just to fix, but to feel and to heal. And if this message resonated with you, please feel free to not only subscribe, but to share it. Love and blessings.